Outwardly, it's boom time. Vast construction projects financed by a seemingly endless stream of oil revenues. Skyscrapers rise from the desert and cities across the Gulf, but amidst the affluence, there's an untold story of exploitation and poverty. Millions of migrant construction workers, mostly from Asia, are being drafted in to make the dream happen. And human rights groups say they treat a little better than modern-day slaves, toiling for up to 12 hours a day in the suffocating heat of a Gulf summer. Over the course of the past few months, Al Jazeera has conducted an undercover investigation into the conditions of these migrant labourers. And as Sami Zaidan found out, their troubles can often start from the moment they're hired.
There are approximately 10 million of these labourers in the Gulf countries. Most come from Asia, primarily India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. On arrival, their passports are taken by their employers. On the construction sites, they risk injury and even death as they labour in up to 50-degree temperatures. And at the end of the day, many return to crowded, cramped and unhygienic accommodation at vast labour camps. Camps found on the outskirts of these glimmering cities. And for this, they will earn between $5 and $7 a day. But they're not faced with difficult conditions alone. Many are trapped in debt. The vast majority of workers Al Jazeera spoke to over the course of a 3-month investigation had been charged sums of up to $3,000 just to secure a job in the Gulf.
I paid $2,500 for my visa. Other people have paid slightly more or little less.
So what do? If I try to be good and legal, no one deal with me.
This is the view of one prominent recruiter of Asian labour to the Gulf. Unaware he was being secretly filmed, he claims the illegal practice of passing on the costs of flights and visas to workers is widespread.
Every subcontracting company, a subcontractor like you and me today, sitting over here getting 100 people, would charge. They will charge the people. It's okay, they don't mind.
The chairman of the Gulf Constructor Group doesn't believe that protecting workers from being forced to pay flights and visa costs is the responsibility of his members.
It is not my responsibility as a contracting company owner to pay dues to employment agencies in India and Pakistan or the Philippines.
The construction business in the Gulf is an international operation. Major Western multinationals form partnerships with local companies. Al Jazeera has also uncovered evidence that these Western construction firms are also guilty of tolerating and benefiting from the practice of passing on costs. This worker, employed by a major international company, explained the process. He fears deportation, so we have protected his identity at his request.
The agent told he would send us if we give him $1,600. The agent arranged our visa and flights, and within 2 months, we were here.
They were brought to the Gulf by Ambi, one of the largest manpower companies importing labour to the region. Were the workers we spoke to an isolated case? Well, we sent an undercover reporter to one of the recruiters' offices to find out. This agent confirmed that $1,600 or 65,000 Indian rupees was the standard charge for anyone hoping to secure a job in the Gulf.
The Western construction companies that we have talked to agree that their recruitment process is unfair and puts a heavy financial burden on their workers. Yet the very same countries are the ones that are going to the subcontinent, hiring recruiters, and bringing thousands and hundreds of thousands of workers.
With thousands of Asian labourers arriving in the Gulf every week, labour issues are set to become ever more pressing for the government and employers in the region. Sami Zaidan, Al Jazeera.
And you can watch the full version of Sami Zaidan's report, Blood, Sweat and Tears, here on Al Jazeera. That's on Saturday at 14:30 GMT.